Well, we have a little bit of fog today, this morning. I suppose that's a byproduct of the storm we had last night. We actually had a tornado alert, which is really weird for this part of the country. We generally don't get tornado alerts in the desert, but we had a microcell develop between Rosamond and Edwards Air Force Base last night. That's what we got rain, hard rain for like half an hour, and hail, which again is unusual also. So I guess that's part of March coming in like a lion. I hope that means we get some beautiful poppies in a couple weeks. When my wife and I drove out through the desert to Bakersfield last Saturday for my mother's 80th birthday, we saw a few poppies, but nothing like we normally get. So maybe this rainy weather will bring the poppies out. Last year was amazing. The poppies were like a blanket, like a quilt covering the desert last year. It was beautiful. Not so much this year. But anyway, I enjoy the change in the weather. It's nice. I think, you know, when it's cold, we wish it was hot. When it was hot, we wish it was cold. And when it's dry, we wish it was wet. When it's wet, we wish it was dry. As human beings, I think generally we enjoy changes in the weather. It brings a little variety and excitement into our daily lives. Speaking of variety and excitement, today is Wednesday. I have my regular music appreciation today. We're talking about the classical period today in music appreciation. And tomorrow for the sub, they're going to be writing like a one-page essay, giving me one good paragraph on the Renaissance, the Baroque, and the classical period, characteristics and composers. And the band is going to Phelan tomorrow, Phelan, California, P-H-E-L-A-N, to Serrano High School for a band and orchestra festival. And today in band, we will be working on our festival selections, incorporating the changes that the clinician suggested last week, the judges' comments, etc., etc. Now I'm boring you. Okay, fine. See you later. Ooh, it's foggy in the school parking lot this morning. Foggy. Okay, so here's the deal. Everything's ready for tomorrow. I have a stack on my podium. It's got my conductor's book, and it's got the scores for the judges, and the rating for the judges, and the folder with the permission slips, and we're all ready to go. I just got to walk in the morning and grab it, and my baton. The school bus is picking up the kids at 6:30 at middle school and 7 o'clock at the high school. So the call time for the high school is 6:30 a.m. so that everyone will be here and we can get on that bus and go. The trailer is going to be hitched at 6:30. So I have to be here probably at 6, which means I have to get up a half hour earlier than I normally do. So I'm getting up at 4:30 tomorrow morning instead of 5. And it's going to be a great day. We're going to Serrano High School in Phelan for a band and orchestra festival. The band's worked, we've worked together the last 2 days with rehearsals, and I think we're gonna perform better, and I think we will score higher than we did last Friday. and the organizer was very gracious, and he moved. We were originally slated for 5 o'clock. He moved us up to 10:30. So after we play, the middle school plays at 8:30, 8:45. So after we play, we'll eat lunch there, get on the bus, and come home. And the kids should be home between 2 and 2:30. So we don't have to get home at 7 or 8. And then we have school on Friday. No play day for the band. And maybe, we're doing pizza lunch for the band. So, hallelujah. It's a busy week. Oh, and you know what? I don't have a sub for tomorrow. I just checked on Frontline. Frontline is our online substitute teacher absence manager, and I just checked and it is unfilled, which means they will be pulling in teachers off their prep periods to cover my 3 music appreciation classes. And for those of you watching, you're going to be writing a little report on your internet device, word processor, and emailing it to me. And I want at least, and see, now anybody who's a decent student will go, no big deal. I want at least 3 well-written paragraphs. 1 paragraph for the Renaissance, 1 for the Baroque, and 1 for the Classical period. Use your book, use the internet, whatever. I don't care for research. I want you to describe the music of the period. I want you to include some composers from each period. That's all I want. And email it to me. So those of you that watch my band director's log have a heads up. Oh, scratch that. For those of you that watch my band director's log, you have a heads up. All right, I'm going to go home and eat some dinner, and then I'm going to have rehearsal with my band and choir at church. Okay.